Ladies, what is a dead giveaway that a guy watches too much porn when you sleep with him? Frocking like he's trying to jackhammer concrete. When a guy rubs the lips instead of the cleat loris. I've seen that in porn all the time and I don't understand it. The cleat isn't that hard to find at all. Wasn't having sex but made out with a guy who shoved his hand in my mouth. Like I guess some girls are into finger sucking, but having some dude's unwashed hands stuck in my gob was not fun. Literally tries to ram you in the ass full force thinking it's hot when in actuality all it did was take away my sitting privileges. It's not a race to the finish, dude, calm down. Go easy on my butt, it's the only one I got. I'll reuse my comment from another AskReddit thread about guys and porn. Deep throating. I'll give you a blowthrob, but don't force it down my throat constantly like in porn. The next morning I think I'm coming down with a cold, but really my throat is chafed for days. When they open up to a camera that isn't there. They see man in porn frock from the side, playing open to the camera. So they adopt that method because girl seems to enjoy, not realizing why he's at that sideways angle. Not as bad as some of the others here, and nothing to do with having sex. But was texting a guy I matched with on Tinder and we were talking about our physiques. I mentioned that my size was DD. And he replied using one of my pictures saying, "They don't look like double D though?" I don't know what to tell you, man, but sorry, my real life human DDs don't look like hentai DDs. Edit. Typo. When he fingers you but it's actually just him scratching the inside of your angina like it's itchy. These are the kinda threads where I read about 90% of the comments. If he is a random hookup and tries choking you or smothering you by covering your mouth and nose, despite you pushing his hands away multiple times. Not like this has ever happened to me. Jackhammering you till he finishes, then asks you if you came even though he didn't even touch your cleat. Asked to do a dip throat exactly like those porn stars. Says it's not that hard and forced me even if I don't like it. Says that it not right. That I must do like them, shows me how to do it. Says that I am too quiet. That I don't moan or do dirty talks. TLDR. Compare everything to porn. Want to act like they do in porns. He hummed the intro music. These comments are making me not want to have sex. I wanna make you squirt. Proceeds to violently rub cleat like he's vigorously scratching records. A coworker's girlfriend would let him wear VR goggles so that he could be banging whoever he saw. When he's disgusted by women who have larger labia and thinks that it means they've had a lot of sex. His idea of foreplay is you suck his dick. It's been said many times before, but apparently it's still relevant today. Learning to make love by watching porn is like learning to drive by watching NASCAR. The assumption that I'm going to have Olympic gymnast level limberness. If my knees haven't gone past my ears in a while, I'm going to have to do some stretching first. He asked me if I could hold one leg straight up in the air so we could do it standing up like I was some sort of circus yoga master. It was one of our first times. It didn't go well. The best way to tell is when they ask for impossibly complicated positions and genuinely don't understand why you can't bend into a pretzel and take a dig in your ass like a human fleshlight. Edit to add. This is my most popular comment ever and I didn't wanna go down for this in history, but here we are. BDSM things. Choking. Slapping. Spitting. Name calling. Without asking. Jackhammering hard and long enough to bruise my thighs. Thinking I can ride cowgirl for more than 40 minutes without taking a break. Sex that lasts for hours without anyone commenting. Eating me out like a pudding cup. Treating my tits like a bop it. Not being able to look me in the eye. Only being able to finish by jerking off, etc. When he gets mad at me because he can't make me come. 1. Kisses like a washing machine. 2. Pushes your head down when blowing him. 3. Wants to choke you immediately during doggy style. 4. Wants anal without lube. 5. Wants to frock you till you squirt. 6. Wants to go from fussy ass mouth to any of the others without washing. Edit. Thanks for awards, upvotes, and I think I should have said this before, but communication is key during sex and relationships. There's a difference in tone when asking, "Do you like that? Is this position enjoyable for you?" And, "Do you like that? Yeah, breach, I'm giving you this DCCCKKKKK woo." And please know, we know the difference. Start with the first one, and once we are actively enjoying the dig, move on to that second one. Making zero attempt at foreplay or any kind of partner stimulation. Trying to use spit as lube, then asking, "Are you always this dry during sex?" To which I answered with a solid, "Nope." The instant jackhammer. Thinking that having a huge dig automatically makes them a sex god. Also trying crazy positions that don't even make practical sense. Thinking that ramming your cervix feels good for you, then acts shocked when you roll over and cry from the pain. No foreplay. He touches her for 30 seconds. Sticks a finger in to see if she is wet. Slaps dig on cleat. During 6 he makes no sound. Comes. Rolls over. Thinks choking means crushing your trachea. Assuming that you like being choked. One of the biggest scares of my life was when a guy the first was making out with grabbed my throat out of nowhere. Then said it was force of habit. When I freaked out. Jackhammering everything. No foreplay. Sessions that last hours. I had 2 experiences with guys who said they're finding it hard to come because they masturbate too much. I know what you'll say. Maybe he just wasn't that into it. But I think it's a real thing. I hooked up with a guy who immediately went a little too rough, dominating too quickly. He hooked his fingers in my mouth, threw me around harshly, and just overall didn't care. I was a little uncomfortable with how hard he was doing things. I've seen porns go slower than he did. Copying the grunts and dirty talk, and the occasional slap in the face. It's one thing if this occurs naturally or the partner has already expressed an interest, but if it's the first time and they do any of this, it's clear they're acting on what they think they should do rather than from experience. Some dudes seem to not understand that the best sex involves a connection with the other person rather than putting on a show. I have no problem with people watching porn. I do too, but porn and real sex are as different as a soap opera in real life, and it feels very weird when someone doesn't seem to get that. Assuming every girl wants to blow them and be sexually satisfied with just that. Commenting on their face or breasts is stimulating enough. The woman doesn't need any pleasure, and dirty talk should include degrading names without asking if it's okay. This thread is depressing. Treating the clitoris as if it's a doorbell. Guys like this will try positions that look good on camera but don't really feel good. They don't pick up signals from their partners either. When they expect you to look like a porn star, cellulite, completely shaved, porn star genitalia, etc., and of you don't they complain or show disgust. Rubbing the general crotch area like a genie lamp. Is that your clit? You like that? No bruh, it feels like you're giving my vulva an Indian sunburn. Loitering around the dryer. He comes in dressed as a plumber. Guys that think stimulating you for like a minute is blowing your mind. I'm really surprised fussy slapping hasn't come up yet. Asking for anal. Threesomes. Come on your face constantly. Playing the DJ decks a little too enthusiastically. Eating you out for 3 seconds like they're licking the cream out of an Oreo and expecting you to come. A lack of light and gentle erotic touch. The kind that gives you goosebumps of pleasure as you explore each other's bodies, with the focus on exploration of pleasure. By the time he eventually makes it to my vulva, I'm wet enough that we sorta just slip together without any effort on his part, compared to the spit on it and jam it in there. Asking if you squirt. When they try to take pictures without consent. Like, yeah, dude. I get you've seen that in porn, but IRL that simply isn't done. Not washing your hands or trimming your nails before touching, fingering the angina. Nobody wants your frocking scraggly wizard nails ripping their fussy apart. He brought a fluffer with him. Keeps calling you stepsis. Also, no moaning. At all. Like I get it. You're the pinnacle of manliness and men don't make noises ever in porn, but could I pretty please hear you groaning at my neck? Thanks. Edit. Guys, you do not have to moan if you're not comfortable with it. That's the whole point of 6TBH. This comment was directed to people who don't do what they want to out of shame or societal norms. And even so, that's completely okay too. These answers are awesome and relatable and hilarious. Most of the dead giveaways have already been answered emo. So, to make the men of Reddit feel better, here are some cringy ways porn influenced me as a young woman. Cringy dirty talk, faking loud orgasms cause I thought it was normal, and sexy hard and fast tugging hand jobs. Goes right for the butthole. Edit. Thank you for the awards, kind strangers. When you ask for foreplay and he pisses on you. When he makes it clear his goal is to beat it up and leave you sore, which you never are. More like annoyed and uncomfortable. Anybody ever experience he wants to change positions every 2 minutes? When he insists on buying lemon tree insurance. When he's uncut and thinks he's ugly. Or when he thinks being a grower and not a shower is a problem. Like, maybe it's just me, but watching the old turtle come out of its shell because dude likes me is a huge turn on. When your guy starts bouncing his dig rapidly and you're fussy before entering. I once read that guys in porn do this to warn his co-star that he's about to enter. Whether it's true or not I don't know, but it does make sense. Where it doesn't make sense is in real life, where that rule isn't universal and it's just completely random. He was genuinely surprised when he was told that not all girls love giving blowthrobs. He thinks spitting on your asshole is sufficient as a warm-up and lubricant for anal sex. He lays his phone on your chest while you're having sex, and watches porn. Not sure if anyone has already said this, but when he goes down, he does that thing where he just sticks his tongue out and shakes his head side to side really fast. Guys who think watch too much porn reading this thread. Write that down. Write that down. Being critical of normal stuff, like having some cellulite, body hair, or little fat rolls in some positions. I honestly think that, for a lot of men, if they came across women who did not shave, wax, or pluck their body hair, they would think the woman is some sort of yeti or has some disorder that makes them overly hairy. I was about to lose my V with this guy, and he wanted to do crazy ass positions because he's a six master and he loves trying new positions. And when it didn't work out well, OBV, he got angry at me for not trying hard enough and that his hot female friends do it better than me. Thank God I didn't lose it to him. What I've learned from this thread. The bar is on the floor. Edit. Hey MA. I am famous MA. What is with all the comments about men complaining to the girl's face about her cellulite, body hair, stretch marks? That seems unbelievably rude. These comments make me realize how lucky I am to have my boyfriend. When a guy fishhooks your mouth randomly in the middle of sex, going down for 10 seconds and thinking that will make me come. That's why I stopped porn. It's all bullshit. You gonna come? Come for me baby, on repeat after having sex for 30 seconds. When they can't finish because of desensitizing themselves with their specific grip and pressure. Wait, is that too much information? Jamming into my cleat loris as if he's trying to erase it into non-existence. Listen, my cleat has multiple times the nerve endings of your entire dick. It would literally suffice to rub it with a feather unless someone asks you to do otherwise. Jamming into it literally makes me cringe just at the thought. I don't care what porn stars do. It hurts. If I'm checking my watch while being pounded. Also, the jackhammer fingering while asking if I squirt, or asking for any extreme, unusual positions or acts. Fish hook. He can't get off without his own hands. Yes, really. Dated a guy for a while and the sex was truly excellent, but he would never come from sex or oral or anything else I was doing. He had to jerk off in order to finish. When he thinks that a whole hand up the butt is a normal thing. Lol. When he says, I want you to come for me, and didn't do anything for me to head into that direction. Minimal foreplay. Just started humping. As a HT survivor, I hated dressing up as a child who just came home from school and having to improvise a whole school day. As roleplay for clients, did that scenario way too often. Did nofap for 2 months. Had sex and busted instantly and the girl thought it was because I watched too much porn LMAO. Never did nofap again after that. Edit. Nofap is a good thing for a lot of people, and I wouldn't be opposed to doing it again. I'd probably just yank it again if I thought I was gonna bang soon. Also, I still try not to watch porn. Spanking it is fine, in moderation. But porn is just bad. When he just starts strangling you. No warning, no prior questions about if you like it. Just totally random. I can't breathe. Feeling. He brought a friend. When they're selfish. Was with this one dude who as soon as he finished pushed me to the side and just laid down. Asking to do an awkward position without even being able to properly lead it, then get disappointed when you don't do it right. Like damn son, I also wanna be adventurous and all that, but if you wanna try something, at least make an effort to how to actually do it than just imagining it after you watch it on porn. I stopped this guy from choking me during sex because I'm not into it. A day later he posts on his Instagram. Life is too short to pretend you don't like being choked in bed. Like bruh. When you go to a family barbecue and he spits on the hot dog before putting it into the bun should have been your first clue. Later. He spits on your ass crack before attempting anal. When he gets rough and starts doing things without consent, thinking, all girls like it rough. Like slapping me in the face is fine when we discuss it beforehand and I consent to it. But randomly doing it and me not expecting it. Not cool dude. After reading these responses, I am forced to conclude that I am the world's greatest lover. When you're sucking dig and they immediately try to start face rocking you. Like, I don't have deep throat skills like that, and you grabbing the back of my skull to force your dig down my throat isn't going to make it any better. I'm just gonna vomit on your dig. Edit. For those DMing me hate. Yes, I'm a dude. But dig is dig and I'm bi. So go frock yourselves. He thinks all women come from just PIV. No additional stimulus needed. If he tries to go for the money shot, or tries to go directly for Maya's hole without lube or prep, I'm a relationship kinda gal, so I try to have a conversation with my partner before we have sex so we can both iron out our likes and dislikes. If he still tries to go for either one of these, it's a clear sign he's trying to live out some porn fantasy. This is interesting. I was expecting people to say things like, he couldn't get it up unless watching porn. I'm surprised to see it's more about guys who just don't know how to have sex because they learned it from watching porn. Very interesting. When he pulls off his wolf mask to reveal he was actually Skeletor the whole time. The way he tries to go down on a woman. Any kind of cleat slapping, common in porn. And expecting immediate pleasure responses when you're touched. When he won't turn the porn off so you can sleep. Asking if I came after I gave them oral. Like what? Slapping his dig on your angina. Continuously.